One team that I think people felt needed to prove themselves in the Big Ten after an incredible start to the year, Indiana. And people were wondering what they'd look like against quote unquote a real
Yeah.
test. Well, they got what we believed was going to be a real test coming in this week with
Yeah.
Nebraska and absolutely demolished the Cornhuskers. What was the final on this one? 50, put up
56-7.
56?
56-7.
56-7. I mean, I was watching through the first half and I said, oh, this game's over
Yeah.
after one half. Now, Kurtis Rourke did leave, didn't return in that second half.
Right.
Taven Jackson came in and played well, but Rourke will miss at least next week. It sounds like there's optimism he could return the following week, which would be huge for them because we know how much he's meant to them. But here they are at 7-0. They're now 13 in the country. And I think Kurt Cignetti's group has proven that they are very much for real.
Yeah, I think that's the case because look, I still think Nebraska is a good football team, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, they have a freshman quarterback, and he showed that in this game a little bit. They didn't run the ball really well. They didn't protect him. He threw interceptions. He got sacked. Those kind of things happen. They had 5 turnovers, kind of the bugaboo for Nebraska a year ago, right? They kind of got that corrected this year, but it came back and really got them in this game. But Indiana, I think not only did they answer the question or pass the test about playing a good team and proving that they're for real and demolishing another opponent, which they've done to everybody, they are a legitimate college football playoff contender at this point. I would really say that. Now, they still have to play Ohio State, right? They still have to play Michigan, I believe. They've got some tough games left, but they look as good as anybody. They're the number 2 offense in the leading the Big Ten in offense, leading the nation in scoring. Their defense, scoring defense, one of the best in the country. So they are a complete team, very well coached. They execute extremely well at an extremely high level on offense. They're opportunistic on defense. So I'm as impressed with them as anybody that I've seen in college football this year. Now, are they on the same level as Oregon or Georgia or Ohio State? I don't know, but based on their resume to this point, they can play with anybody. Now, the injury to Rourke is that's going to be significant. I mean, how much time he misses, when he can come back to full strength. As a former quarterback, man, I had that same thing happen. Hit my thumb on a helmet. Mine was very serious. I had to end up getting surgery, ligament surgery on my right thumb. It sounds like his was more with the thumbnail, and it may not be as serious of an injury. He will miss this week. And so Taven Jackson will have to step up. He played well coming off the bench. Now he gets to be the guy here against the Huskies.
So here's the most recent on Kurtis Rourke, and we're going to get further into this later in the show, but he did have surgery this morning on his thumb, but it was very much minor surgery, and it sounds like it's mostly just to speed up the process of recovery. So successful surgery, clarity on the return date potentially. The hope, again, the optimism from this is that he can return November 2nd against Michigan State, which would be next week's game. Now, that would be incredibly quick, and it also probably hinges on how well Taven Jackson plays this week.
Right.
But positive news coming out of Bloomington this morning. They've got Washington this week before they go to East Lansing and then Michigan the following. So interesting there.
Let me add 2 things to that. First of all, the only people that call any surgery minor surgery are people that never had surgery. Right? To me, there is no such thing as a minor surgery. Secondly, for a quarterback, that right thumb is the most important digit in throwing the football in terms of gripping the ball and releasing the ball. So how quickly he is able to do that in a normal way, that'll be a huge factor for the Hoosiers going forward, because Kurtis Rourke has played all season at an extremely high level and has really led that team well.